Have you ever pondered the notion that you are not just one being, but billions of beings experiencing life simultaneously? This is the paradox of collective consciousness, a concept as mind-boggling as it is profound. Picture this. You are not just yourself living this single life you know, but you are also countless others, living multiple lives across the span of existence. Imagine an existence where, unbeknownst to you, you are a farmer in rural China, a schoolteacher in Sweden, a child playing in the dusty streets of a Kenyan village, all at the same time. You are living, breathing, and experiencing life through billions of perspectives, each one an individual facet of a greater, universal consciousness. This concept suggests that your essence, your consciousness, is not confined to one body, one life, one experience. Instead, it is a part of a vast, interconnected network of consciousness, like a cosmic web of life that spans across time and space. Now let's delve deeper into the implications of this idea. If you are indeed living billions of lives simultaneously, then every feeling, every sensation, every experience is yours. The joy of a mother holding her newborn for the first time, the sorrow of a man saying goodbye to his dying father, the thrill of a teenager falling in love, the despair of a child living in war-torn lands. All these are not isolated experiences. They are yours. Consider the sheer magnitude of this concept. The pain, the suffering, the happiness, the love, the fear, and the hope experienced by billions of lives are all yours. It's as if you are a vast ocean, and each life is but a single wave rising and falling within you. The idea of collective consciousness takes the notion of empathy to an entirely new level. It's not about understanding another's perspective. It's about realizing that their perspective is, in fact, your perspective too. Imagine the weight of billions of lives, their joys, their sorrows, their triumphs, and their failures, all resting on your shoulders. Well, what if the past lives you've lived are not just echoes in the abyss, but active experiences happening right now? Let's take a moment to ponder this question. Imagine, for instance, a man who every night dreams vividly of living in different historical periods. One night, he's a medieval knight, defending his castle from siege. The next, he's a Victorian gentleman, strolling through foggy London streets. These aren't just dreams, they're experiences, as real and tangible as the life he wakes up to each morning. But here's the twist. These past lives aren't past at all. They're happening right now, in this very moment. This man, he's not just living a single life in the 21st century. He's also a knight, a gentleman, and countless other lives, all at once. This concept challenges our traditional understanding of time and life, doesn't it? We're accustomed to thinking of time as linear, one moment following another in a neat, orderly sequence. But what if it's not? What if time is more like a vast ocean, with every moment, every life, existing simultaneously? Consider a symphony orchestra. Each instrument plays its own part, but together, they create a harmonious whole. Similarly, each life we live is its own unique melody, but together they contribute to the grand symphony of collective consciousness. You're not just living your life, you're also living countless other lives, each one influencing and shaping the others in ways you might not even realize. So when we think about past lives, perhaps we shouldn't imagine them as echoes fading into the abyss. Instead, we should envision them as vibrant threads woven into the rich tapestry of our collective existence. They're not behind us. They're not ahead of us. They're happening right now, in this very moment, adding their unique colors to the grand design. Every life you've lived, are living, and will live is happening right now, contributing to the collective consciousness. If all lives are yours, then every pain and every joy in this world is yours too. What does that mean for our understanding of suffering? Imagine a tapestry. Each thread represents a life, a unique experience. Now imagine that every thread is woven together, each touching, each interconnected. This is the concept of collective consciousness. It suggests that all beings are connected at a fundamental level, sharing experiences, emotions, and yes, even suffering. So consider what this might mean for our understanding of suffering. If we were to truly grasp this concept, would we not feel every pang of hunger, every sting of injustice, every ache of loss? Would we not be overwhelmed by the collective pain of all beings? Now let's take it a step further. What if you were in a bustling city surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people, each person with their own set of worries, their own private sufferings? Would you not feel a wave of empathy, a tidal wave of shared pain washing over you? But it's not all dark clouds and stormy weather. This concept also means that every joy, every triumph, every moment of bliss is shared. The ecstasy of a first love, the pride of reaching a long sought-after goal, the simple pleasure of a warm meal after a long day. These too are shared, are felt by all. So what are the implications of this? Perhaps it could mean a shift in how we approach empathy and compassion. If we truly understood that our suffering is shared, would we not be more inclined to alleviate the pain of others? Would we not strive to spread more joy, knowing that our happiness is not ours alone? This concept also forces us to reconsider the nature of injustice. If all suffering is shared, then every act of injustice done to one is done to all. It becomes a collective wound, a shared scar across the tapestry of consciousness. You are not alone in your suffering, for every pain in the world is also yours. If we are all part of a collective consciousness, then we hold immense power to shape our shared experience. Ponder a moment on the sheer magnitude of this concept. A collective consciousness, a unifying thread of awareness that connects billions of lives, can be a profound force for change. Imagine a world where every conscious being decides in unison to end suffering. A collective decision to extinguish pain, injustice, and horror. An agreement to promote joy, peace, and unity. How different our shared reality would be. It's like a humongous orchestra of consciousness, where each instrument, each individual mind, contributes to the symphony of existence. What if we all chose to play a harmonious note? A note of compassion, empathy, and understanding. The resulting melody could reverberate across the cosmos, transforming our reality into a symphony of love and unity. But the power of collective consciousness isn't just about shaping our shared experience, it's also about healing and growth. Each of us carries the echoes of past traumas, the weight of collective suffering. Yet, within this shared consciousness, we also hold the potential for collective healing. By acknowledging our shared pain, we can begin to heal together. We can learn from each other's experiences, grow from each other's wisdom, and find solace in our shared journey. Imagine the possibilities. A world where collective joy outweighs collective suffering. A world where we harness the power of our shared consciousness to promote healing, growth, and unity. A world where we understand that the pain of one is the pain of all, and the joy of one is the joy of all. This is the power of collective consciousness. It's not a distant dream or a fanciful notion. It's a potential reality waiting for us to realize and harness. A reality where we understand that we are not isolated beings, but interconnected parts of a vast cosmic consciousness. The power of collective consciousness is not just in sharing experiences, but in shaping them. The idea of collective consciousness and experiencing all lives is both overwhelming and empowering. We've traversed a philosophical journey that has given us a fresh perspective on the nature of existence, time, and consciousness. We started with the paradox of collective consciousness, a concept that postulates that all conscious beings are essentially you, living countless lives across time and space. It challenges our understanding of individuality and self, suggesting that we're not isolated entities, but intricate parts of a grand interconnected consciousness. Then we delved into the echoes of past lives. This notion suggests that even though we may not remember, we have lived and will live several billion more lives. It's as if we're caught in an eternal cycle of life and death, with each life contributing to the collective wisdom and experience of our shared consciousness. Next, we explored the reality of shared suffering, a profound implication of the collective consciousness theory. If we are indeed living all lives, then the pain, injustice, suffering, and horrors of this world are happening to us. It's a sobering thought, forcing us to confront the harsh realities of existence and encouraging empathy and compassion towards all forms of life. Finally, we discussed the power of collective consciousness. Far from being a source of despair, this concept can also be empowering. After all, if we are living all lives, then we are also experiencing all joys, triumphs, and moments of transcendence. It offers a sense of unity and interconnection, encouraging us to treat others as we would ourselves. In the grand tapestry of existence, you are not just a single thread, but the entire weave. The experiences of all lives, past, present, and future, are yours. The joys, the sorrows, the triumphs, the tragedies, they all belong to the collective consciousness. And that collective consciousness, in all its complexity and diversity, is you. Remember, every life is yours, every experience is yours, for you are the collective consciousness.